Hey, what's going on, Timber lovers? We are back, and we are here to do a tutorial playthrough. I hang out on the Timberborn Discord, um, probably to many people's annoyance, but and I've seen some of the new players now that have been starting because of the game coming out of early access are playing the tutorial, but the tutorial is leaving them for dead, basically. The tutorial doesn't get as far as covering Badtides. It gets you through a drought, I think, and then ends, and then you get your first Badtide, and people are like, "What the heck?" And bam, they're getting wiped out. So we are going to do a playthrough of the tutorial, and then we are going to do a what to do after the tutorial, so that you know what to do after the tutorial, so you don't die. This game, it, it's quick. It changes quick. One mistake, and you are doomed. You just watch all your little beavers die. Um, and it's horrendous. No, I'm just kidding. Um, anyone who doesn't understand this game or know this game or what it is about, this is Timberborn. It is a beaver city building game. You are going to be building a city of beavers, a city for beavers, and you need to manage and control all of the water on the map. You will have two different water types of water on the map. You have regular water, which is safe water as far as the beavers can swim in it and touch it, and they will be fine, but they cannot drink it. Water must be filtered through a water pump. So just think of the water as it's safe to touch, but not safe to drink. It has to be sterilized. Um, and then there is what's called bad water, and it is reddish or maroon or brownish, and it is basically polluted water, and it is bad for the beavers. If they touch it, they will get sick, and I don't know if it particularly kills them, but it does not extend their life. Okay. We are not going to do too much jibber jabbering because I have not played the tutorial in a while, and I don't remember what it covers, so we'll go ahead and hop in. So we're going to start I am going to get rid of this because I tried doing a video a minute ago, and I did not do well, and we're doing take two. So, all right, we're going to be starting a new game. You got one choice. When you start the game, you only have the folktales unlocked. The iron teeth are locked until you achieve a happiness rating, I think, of 15 on the folktales. Whatever. Um, but you only got this choice. But that's okay. These guys are better farmers than these guys. These guys have better water pumps. Their standard water pumps extend twice the depth of the folktales, but these guys are terrible farmers, and they're very difficult to keep alive food wise. You have to plant heavy, and they're they're terrible farmers. So you need like 4 farm houses per field crop. It's just anyway, but we don't care about them right now. All right, so we're going to be doing the folktales. Next. This is going to be your choice of maps. These ones with the green leaves are, I believe they're easier than all these other ones. And these ones down here with the orange are the newer maps, and they are going to be the harder ones. They've got some different things that have been added to the game. Bad water drains, unstable cores that are basically bombs that blow up some of the terrain, and so you have to. There'll be things that you have to maps that you have to plan for and strategize to deal with the situations that are going to arise. Where these maps are very, very simple and easy. We're just going to have to deal with droughts and bad tides, and nothing too sneaky. So I am actually going to pick a slightly more difficult map than these. So I'm going to do Canyon now. I'm going to do. I don't want to pick too big of a map. Alright. I'll try this one. No, that's still too big. Let's go back to. See. I don't like maps that are too big because then I get kind of. I'm trying to show you guys what to do, not get into a huge thing. All right, I'll pick waterfalls. What the heck? Okay, let's go ahead. We are going to go ahead and get started on normal. I have the tutorial enabled. Customize. Click this. We could, if we wanted to, we could change and tweak some of the settings. Since we had selected normal, and we hit customize, these are the normal settings. Normal settings. Normal's regular settings. So we could go ahead and increase the difficulty on some of these if we wanted to. How many beavers we got, how quickly, how much food they eat, how quickly, how much food we start with, how much water we start with, the temperate weather duration, that's how long our good weather is going to last, where we have water flowing, 13 to 17 days. This is going to change and be random. We are going to be experiencing drought duration 5 to 9 days. Handicap 38% for 5 cycles. That means for the first 5 cycles, it's only going to be at a 38% of the whatever random. So if it picked 5 days for our drought, it would only be, so we'll just round that to 40%. So it would be like 2 days, right? And then, but after the 5 cycles, it would kick in to be the 5 to 9 cycles without a bad tide 4. So we have 4 cycles. That we will not have a bad tide. So this gives us this way we don't get random whammied by a bad tide hitting us right off the bat. And injury chance 100% and building refund rate 75. So we're just going to leave all these settings normal because we're just starting the game, and we're going to go ahead and start. And it's going to go ahead and load and throw us into this map. Alrighty. Okay, we are going to start. We're going to be the Timberheads. Why not? What the heck? Timberheads. Alright. Pause the game. Spacebar. Right off the bat. This game is it's pretty tame. You play it how you want to play it, but it can go south real fast. One mistake, one floodgate left open or too low, and you don't save. You only save this much water as opposed to saving this much, and it can make a big difference. So, you're gonna. The way I end up playing this game a lot is I pause it. I'll put some stuff down, plan a little bit, and then unpause it, and I kind of micromanage the beavers because they have a tendency to stray off task, and they will get stuck. There's worst thing is when it tells you that the beaver is stuck because they've gotten themselves into a position that they've either built something and another beaver can't get through, or you've deleted something, or there's You get them stuck, and then you've got to figure out how to get them unstuck. But all right, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's get started with the tutorial, and we will fill in the blanks that it misses. So, welcome to Timberborn. This tutorial will help you set your paw in the wasteland and survive the first days. There's so much more. You will learn how to use the tools needed to build a thriving beaver community. As you progress through the next steps, the tips will appear here. Basics. First, let's have a look around. Move the camera. Yes, 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 yes. Move it all around. Rotate. S, Q, E. Page. Zoom in, zoom out, page up, page down. Set the speed to 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. Continue. Okay. All right. Come on. Let's get in here. Okay, wood. Every beaver settlement needs logs, and lots of them. Only lumberjacks cut trees. Build lumberjack flags next to the nearby trees. Place lumberjack flags too. Very, very simple. All right. Before I do that, I actually like to put down a little bit of rows and figure a few things out. And I am a little bit OCD sometimes when it comes to paths. And these are paths, not roads. Sorry. So I like to go all the way around the district center, just so I make sure that I will always have a path from it to every direction. And I am going to run past to any stairs that I see. And on this map, there's only that one set of steps. And, ooh, can't get anywhere else. I'm going to run this path down the middle. Okay, and now, before I actually drop those lumberjack flags, when the game starts you off with this district center here, you're going to take a look at it. This is our main building. It's not set up right, first of all, at all. Because right now we only have 2 beavers assigned. We have 9. We have 13 beavers total. We have 9 adults that can work. And we have 4 kits, baby beavers. They cannot work. And they're just going to be, bums and little drains on society until they hit working age, and then we can put them to work. But as you can see, we only have 2. Right now, these guys are doing everything. They're doing they're going to be doing the building and the hauling anything. So we want to jump them up first of all to 4 and get max number of employees working, and we're going to put it on high priority because we want them in there working. I like to unpause it just to populate them and get them all in there. So now we've got 4 beavers that are going to be running out to do work instead of 2. So right now, right off the bat, we've doubled our efficiency capacity here. So okay, we're gonna put down the lumberjack flags. Now you see the blue area is where all they can reach. This guy, if I put this guy here, you can see that he cannot quite reach those trees that are up here in that. So we're gonna put him more over here, and now he can reach everything. Once we get rid of this tree, we'll go ahead and connect this path so that we can get up here, and then he'll run up there, no problem. Okay, and then we've got trees down here. So we'll put another one down here. I wish I could put it right in between there, but that'll work. All right. Continue. The flags will not be built unless they are in the district's building range. It really could have. Select the district center to see its building range. You can send it by connecting paths to the district center's entrance. So now save build paths, but see, we've already done that. Okay, now we're going to select building priorities here. down here, and we are going to put these suckers on high. Although we really don't need to, because they tend to build these things really fast. But before I go ahead and build these, I will and unpause the game. I will select them and I will put them as a high priority workplace. So when the beavers run over here and populate it, it's high priority. They are going to. I do all trees, lumberjacks, high priority. Any food and any water jobs are high priority, and then everything else is kind of like medium priority, medium high, and then medium priority. But we'll get them. All right. So anyway, there we go. We got that, and we are going to unpause and crank up the speed to 3, and we're going to let them build this. And there we go. Now, it's telling us that there are. We've got it. Excuse me. We've got an error here, and it's telling us right now that nothing to do in range because we have to assign the trees to be cut down. Every building with an entrance must be connected to a district center with a path. When you select a building, you can see its entrance marked by an arrow. Okay. Build past and connect the lumberjack flags to the district center. We've done that. Okay, lumberjacks only cut trees in areas that you mark for cutting. The trees must be within a lumberjack's range. Select a flag to see its range. Use the mark tree cutting area tool now. Hold the mouse button to select multiple tiles at once. Mark trees for cutting. Alright, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over here, cut trees. Mark trees for cutting. And we're just going to drag and do this. I'm not just going to select just the trees. I'm going to select the area outside of the trees too, because wild bushes and trees in this game will continue. They will auto spread, expand. New trees will pop up. They'll spawn new trees. So, all right, we got those all marked for cutting. And that takes care of our wood. Well, actually, it gets us started. We're not even close. Okay, but that's going to give us our wood. Next is going to be beavers need water to survive. Build a water pump to ensure continuous access to drinking water. Remember to connect the pump to the district center. Bypass, obviously. Okay, looking at this map right here, I see we've got something a little bit interesting here. We have this little pool right here that if we demolish this blockage right here, the water will flow in here and fill this little area up. And it will give us some more area to plant and use over here. In this game, we are controlling the water, and we are trying to use it to irrigate as much of the land as possible so that we can produce the food and the stuff that we need to have a very happy beaver colony. Okay. Now we're going to need to build a water pump, which is going to get us water, which I think to put the water pumps here and collect water out of this little pond instead of putting them over here, because we will also be needing some planks and some buildings that require power, and we have water wheels that we can use to provide power to those buildings, and they work best if they're on a straightaway type area where we can fit a bunch of them, and they can just get a good flow of water. But for right now, we're gonna put these water pumps down, and we're gonna open this guy up. So we're gonna demolish this, And while they are doing that, we're going to put down a water pump. Right. Yeah, we'll do it right there. And we're going to connect that. And connect it here. And like I said, water pumps are very important. So they get... And I'm going to go ahead and prioritize this by haulers. We don't have haulers yet. They transport a lot of goods, but this way I don't have to come back and click on these later. Because these are not going to change. They may get moved to another place that will not use up the water here, because later on this will just be irrigation for these fields, and hopefully they won't need to pull water during droughts. So our water will last longer. So, but we'll get to that. All right, we let it run. We do medium high priority for that one. Sometimes they may not be able to reach something that you want done, so we might have to build a path to get to it, because they can only go a certain distance from the path to do work. And see, they weren't touching it before, but as soon as I made the path go right to it, they hopped right on it. Excuse me. Alrighty, we're good. We're up, and we built our water pump. In addition to water, beavers need food. Gatherers automatically gather berries within the gatherer flag's range. You can see the range when placing the flag. Build a gatherer flag near some blueberry bushes. These right here are blueberry bushes. They are our base form of food for both factions. And we need a gatherer, which we'll put right there. And he collects food, so he is going to go on high priority, high construction, and collecting berries. And we'll do that now. And it's nighttime. The beavers do not work at night, unless we change their work hours. Right now they're working 16-hour days. If we look up here, 16 hours. We're on cycle 1, day 2. We will turn that down later on, but right now we're going to let them go until we get our first dam built. And all right, we got our gather done. And okay, in the long run, we need something more nutritious. Build a farmhouse to plant and harvest crops. Like flags, a farmhouse has a limited range. Tip: if you are running low on workers, you can pause some buildings to do so. Well, we don't need to do that yet. We don't need to pause any buildings, but we're going to go ahead and build the farmhouse. And efficient farmhouse. We're going to save this little area right here for our industrial buildings. And we're going to put our farmhouse right there. I'll normally put the crops down before they built the farmhouse. So here we go, carrots. We're going to put carrots here. And like this. And I normally like to connect any staircases I see, so that I know where I can get to. So we can get up here and get some of this wood. But we do not have a lot of wood prospects here. So we need to get across this over to this side. But I have a plan. We look up here. We only have one beaver available to work, and this building holds 3. So before this building is done, we're going to go ahead and drop that down to 1. It is a food building, so we're going to put it all the way up on high. Carrots, prioritize it by haulers. All right, as soon as that's done, though, he'll run in and he'll get to work. I'm saving this little area right here because I want to put the other water pump once. We're going to need another one, at least another one. So as soon as that, all right, we got our farmhouse. Continue. All right, for farmers, do not start working until you tell them what and where to plant. Use the plant crop tool to designate a carrot field. We already did that. Crops need to be planted on irrigated green land. Otherwise, plants will dry out and eventually die. Yes. This green area is where they can grow. As this water dries up or goes down, the land will dry out and our plants will dry out. So we don't want that to happen. Let's continue. All right, here we go. Working hours. Adjusting working hours is one way to manage your settlement. Longer work days mean faster progress, but every evening beavers need time to relax and sleep. Don't push them too hard for too long. For now, let's increase the working hours just a little. Set working hours to 18. I don't remember doing that. Okay. Adjusting working hours is one way to manage your settlement. Longer work days mean faster progress, but every evening beavers... Wait, didn't I just read that? Okay. Continue. All right, storage. Actually, we're gonna do science first because that way we get our stuff while we're building the storage. Beavers are the engineers of the animal world. It's time to turn their lumberpunk ideas into reality. Build an inventor to produce science points. Build an inventor. Okay, an inventor is gonna make a science, and it's a little 2x2 building, and it does. I'm gonna put all the buildings on the dry land, on this wasteland storage stuff here, so that way I can save all the green area except for right here for the industrial stuff. But anyway, science. And put that on max. And we do have an unemployed beaver right now, so that's good. We got our worker over here. He's planting carrots. We got our water guy not doing anything. Okay, our inventor is built. Continue. For now, let the inventor work. Once you accumulate enough science points, we'll spend them to unlock more advanced buildings. Yes. Most likely we're going to unlock a forester because we're going to need more trees. But anyway, let's move on to storage. Many buildings have some built-in storage, but it fills up quickly. Build a large pile to store more logs. Each storage building holds a single good. You can set the stored good after selecting the building. Build a large pile. Set it for logs. Okay, so we're going to go in here. Here's our large pile. We are going to... Where are we going to put this? It's for logs. I'm going to put it over here. Yep. Because... Nope. Sorry, I'm changing my mind. No, I'll leave it there. Yeah, that'll work. And then I'll put the houses and stuff up here. But okay, right here. So we got our building. We are going to click this. We're going to set it for logs. And... Okay, done. All liquids are stored in tanks. This includes the water we've been pumping. Build small tank 3. Alright. Small tank. I'm going to put one over here. One here. And they're going. Okay, the beavers are going to. At the end of the day, the beavers are going to, after they get off their, finish their job, they're going to run home. They're going to get something to drink. They're going to get something to eat, and then they're going to go back. Then they're going to go to their house. So, having these somewhat scattered around means that they don't have to run quite as far to satisfy their needs. So that's why we're just kind of randomly throwing them around right now. At least that's my theory. And make sure we got roads or paths everywhere. Okay, we got it built. We're going to go in here and select what they are for water. Next. I micromanage beavers. This is how I do it. I just have them select the building that I want, one or two buildings that I want high priority built, and then I set up and then mark the buildings I want them to build after that. And then I just keep doing that. And I don't build faster than the beavers can populate. I hate just sitting here staring at the game and it's not doing anything. Alright, we got our water. We need one more. Okay, water tanks are built. Alright, finally, let's prepare some storage for berries. I would have built this, like, almost first, after one of the water tanks. And I built one water tank and then built this berry storage. Because right now, are they even collecting berries? No, they're maxed out. They're hardly even doing anything. But anyway, finally, let's prepare some storage for berries. We should also get ready for the upcoming carrot harvest. Build medium warehouses 2. Set one for berries and one for carrots. Okay. Simple. Medium warehouse. Carrots and berries. Oh my. Carrots, berries. Alright, so let's switch those. That one second and this one first. See, we don't have very many logs. I want another lumber. Alright. We're gonna speed things up here and put another lumber jack down. I selected prioritize by haulers, but I'm not going to have haulers by the time all these trees are gone. It's just habit. Okay, hopefully that'll make things a little bit better, and I'm not gonna... Okay, we are on the tutorial, and we are following the tutorial, but we are also going to be not being an idiot. So, we're going to do this. this stupid little bush carrots here because I'm gonna do this path right here. If I went here, it would take up 3 things. If I go in here, it only takes up 2, so I can have more carrots right there. Seems petty, but whatever. Okay, I normally like to have 3, at least 3 of the water pumps and at least 4 lumberjacks because you just need a lot of wood. And I kind of like to mark all these because sometimes you forget and you'll put a lumberjack down and you'll forget to mark the trees and then you're like, why don't I have any wood? Oh, that's because your beaver's like, wood. I don't know why he's got me here. He's just got me standing here. But anyway, let's go ahead and mark all these. These are all just crap trees anyway. It's all rotted, dead trees. And that's pretty much so tedious. So tedious. Okay. Good enough. Build the medium warehouse too. I'll get back on that after this. I need you guys drinking. I won't change the priority on these scientists because they can. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Excuse me. Man. Okay. Let's go with power and planks. More advanced buildings require power, and beavers like their power to come from the river. Place a water wheel in the flowing water along the riverbank. Build a water wheel. Okay. Like I said, or did I say it? I don't know. But these work best if they are in very good flowing water. The better, the faster, the better. They can only go in a depth of 1 tile deep. The iron teeth have a large water wheel that can go into 2 down to 2 deep, but these are only just 1. And there's only, at the beginning of the game, there's only 2 sources of power. There is the water wheel, which it's telling us to build. We could build it here, but our better flow of water is going to be more out here. And we don't have anything, well, we're going to come all the way back here. And I like to figure out if I need to go wheels all the way back for more power later. I'm going to make it in a way that I can get to it. I'm going to put it right here. If I put one here, I'm a block away from that embankment there, and I want to have a building. I need to put a lumber mill there. So we got a lumber mill here, and we gotta pair it up to the thing and make it connect to that water wheel and use as little resources as possible. And then we run this up to here, and now run that way, and probably like that. And then I could put crops in here. I can extend the more industrial buildings this way and this way. Okay. Building the building first is, well, let's just follow the tutorial and do the water wheel first, right? trying to get ahead of myself here. Okay, I'm down a beaver. If I look here, grew up. New beginning. I have I have one unemployed, or I have one extra job opening per beaver. So I don't have enough beavers to cover all the job openings I have. And this is going to add more. So hopefully we'll get another beaver. It has not been telling me this yet, and I don't like waiting this long, because I want my beavers doing stuff while they are working. So we're gonna jump. I might be jumping a little bit ahead of the tutorial here, but I want to get our first dam put in. If we look here, we need to halt some of this water, and we need to save some of it. So we want to stop a section of this river to hold water. If we look over here, this is our water source here. Our water. Picture it this way: the water is kind of flowing off of the map, and it's coming in and dropping down. This coming down around here, drops down again, and then goes around here, and then drops down into this, and joins up with this river of bad water. And this is the bad water here, this red stuff. So if we want to put a dam here, across here, to stop all the water from draining out of this section of the riverbed. And then next would be great to get a dam up here to also hold this section of water in. And so forth and so forth to each section, so that way we can hold water in each section. So I like to get this. I like to get my first set of dams, my first section of dams put down before, in the beginning. And normally I will set this on a medium high priority. So when they're not building the main buildings that I need in order to progress, they will fill in their time by building that. So you understand. Sorry, here we go. Let it run. Let it ride. Alright, 42 minutes. And it's 42 minutes and we've barely gotten anywhere. This game is a very, very slow start. Alright, we got our water wheel. Now we're going to build our lumber mill. Okay, it's time to start producing planks. Build a lumber mill directly next to the water wheel. You may also build it further away and connect it to the water wheel using power shafts. Tip: many buildings such as lumber mills and lodges pass power to one another when placed wall to wall. No power shafts needed. Alright, we already got it. We've got it touching our wheel. If it was not touching the wheel, then we could use these power shafts to connect the wheel to it, but we are fine where we're at. Yeah, we're going to just let it ride. I prioritize that. Okay, I'll finish the lumber mill. Let's go ahead and skip it. Let's skip ahead. And these guys are... Okay, planks are highly important. They are the basic building block for a lot of goods that we will be needing. I will keep that on high because I do not ever want to run out of planks. Never, ever, 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 ever. Now, if we look up here, we can see that we now have one job more than we have actual beavers for. I don't have a lot of stuff to build. Now we're going to be moving on to some houses and forestry stuff. So we can take our main town center here, and we're going to drop down to 3 beavers. And that will, now we have a beaver for every job. So we don't have any jobs not getting done right now. And let's move on to forestry. Alright, beavers need a stable source of logs, duh. Using science points produced by your inventor, unlock the forester, then build it in an area where you want to plant trees. Okay, we've got this little section now clear over here. So we're going to use this for trees. Or we could put them over here. Where we want to go here? Want to go here? Want to go here? Let's save this for more farm stuff. Because we can piggyback off of these guys for help later. And get better help. So anyway, we're going to go in here to the forester where it's 30 science points. We have 73 now from our science guy. So we will unlock this and we're going to smack it down right over here on this slightly dry land. And then we're going to put trees all here. Okay. This guy uses planks. We do not have any planks yet. So we gotta kind of, while we're waiting for that, we're going to go ahead and build another section of our dam. So see what I'm saying? While I'm waiting for them to get the planks going and enough planks to build this, I can go ahead and have them building other things and not wasting time. You don't want to waste time in this game because a drought and a bad tide will come out of nowhere, and your warning is only a couple days notice, 2-3 days notice, I think, and then it's a scramble. And right now they're starting to get mad because they're working way too many hours during the day. We are at 3 planks now. How many do I need for this? 7. I'm going to go ahead and keep. I might build one more block of this. Damn. Before I build that, finalize that forester. I was hoping that we could get somewhere within an hour, but it doesn't look like that's going to really happen. Come on, guys, get that finished so we can move on to that forester. You're too slow. There we go, done that. Let's go ahead and get him on the forester. Excellent, all done. Let's see. Use the plant trees and bushes tool to plant some birches. They grow quickly, making them a good choice in a fledgling settlement. Similarly to crops, trees only grow on irrigated green areas. Remember to mark the planting areas for cutting. Plant 20 birch. Okay, plant our trees. Our birch. And they want 20, and that's all we're going to do is 20. Because they're really not a very good lumber producing tree. We want to, tree-wise, let's go run these down. Tree-wise, we've got berries, basic food crop for both factions. Dandelions are used for medicine, for healing with this faction. Birch, basic wood tree for lumber. Right there, it shows you on the thing, but very basic. Only makes one log. Pine is a second wood for lumber. It makes 2 logs per tree, and it also provides pine resin to use for making treated planks, like pressure treated, I guess. And then you have a chestnut tree, which is also a tree that obviously all trees can provide lumber. This one will give you 4 logs, but this will also make chestnuts for food. So these trees, while yes, you can use them for lumber, it takes a long time for them to mature to the lumber stage. 23 days till they can provide lumber, and then another 8 days after that before they make chestnuts. So you can use them, but I don't advise you use them for lumber if you can avoid it. Maple is another one that's going to make lumber. It's going to give you a little more. You got 6 logs per tree, and it will also provide you with maple syrup. And you're going to use that in some stuff. And then we got our oak tree, which is our best tree for lumber, and that's going to give us 8 logs per tree, but it takes like 30 days. So the more lumber you get, the more logs you get from a tree, the longer it takes for the tree to grow. And that explains our trees. Okay, so we'll continue that. Okay, now we're on to our housing. Right now our beavers are not very happy. We are at a 1 happiness level because they are all homeless and very unhappy. So, build lodge, 6 lodges. I left this kind of area here for our lodges. And I'm basing them this way because I am going to put some of the next few things here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'd think I'd planned that, but I did not at all. Alright. I'm still going to leave these as secondary priority here because I still want these to get built. And I would love for these to get built before these get built. But I don't think they will. And I really want to get their hours lowered. Because right now they're not really breeding right now while they're building. We've got 33 logs, so we're doing okay on logs. 6 planks, we're fine. You need more. We got 41 food. We've got plenty of food out in our fields here. We've got plenty of ripe carrots that are ready to go. So we're good on food. Okay. There's nobody doing anything at all in this forester right now because we do not have enough beavers. We are now having an unemployed thing. So let's go ahead and actually we gotta switch this. We're gonna have it like birch. We plant the dead trees not marked for cutting. This basically means that if these trees were not marked for cutting, and this guy was over here, he would replant all those. Nothing to do in range. Okay, we look here. We cut down all these trees here, and they're all gone. So we do not need this guy in here anymore. So let's get rid of him. And now that gives us a beaver, who's going to run over here to this forester, and he's going to hop in there. And he's going to plant the trees. Excellent, excellent. And we've got 1 lodge built. I was hoping that we could do this all in one video here but I guess not. We're going to have to break this up into sections, I think. Into parts. Miserable beavers. I guess, yeah, why not? I guess we could have the music on. I'm sorry, guys. I tend to listen to music normally when I am playing or watch some YouTube videos or whatever, and I don't normally have any sound whatsoever on in this game. What am I doing here? I'm trying to find the audio. Input audio. Wait, no. What? Settings. General screen. Graphics. Interface. Accessibility. Input sound. No, that's just music volume. Here we go. Sorry. I'll find it. I'm gonna figure it out. Can you hear that? Probably not. Let's give it a little louder. Let's turn that. Probably still barely audible. All right. Oh, you gotta unpause it, dummy. All right, we will let them build these last couple of lodges, and then we will hop off of this episode, and I will come back on another one, and I'll give you a link in the description to the next one, and we'll take it all from there. If we can get these last 3 houses built. They are not in a hurry, are they? But good thing is we are almost across the river here with this, and we'll be able to get to these trees. So that is a plus for getting this. That's also another reason I wanted to get this dam put in, was to make it across to the other side. Right across there like that. Come on, guys. Let's build that last house. Aha! Boom! And the drought approaching. See, if we listened to this tutorial, we would already be in bad shape. But we are prepared for this. As a matter of fact, we are going to switch our priority here. And we are going to make sure to finish this block before that house, if we can. And we will be a-okay for this drought and survive, and we don't have much to worry about. Did I high priority? Okay, I did high priority that. Okay, so see the dam here? The dam will hold 50%, 0.5, right? It doesn't show me. But it will hold, it'll hold up to half a block of water there. So it will. Come on, guys, finish it. You're ruining my speech. That's because we still got 3. Yeah, only 3 builders. Construction guys. But we got 2 days to do this, and we're on an 18-hour work day, so we should we can definitely get this done. The 3 logs. The slowdown in log production is not helping, but all right, done. Yay! All right. On that note, we have finished the lodges too. So we will hop ahead and more beavers. Well, let's just go ahead and call this episode because it is now going to be an hour almost exactly. And let's take this over in part 2. Thanks, guys. I'm pretty sure this is boring as hell right now, but we will get somewhere. I promise. So, see ya next video.